Hello, everybody. I'm Doug. Welcome to the Auditory Vinyl. This is another segment of my new spins on old vinyl, where I just take some albums that I haven't listened to in a long time and give them a spin. So, to start off with, this is a good example of you can't judge a book by its cover or an album by its cover. J. Boy Adams, Fork in the Road. Yeah. Of all the pictures or artwork or whatever that they could have put on there, I don't know. But this is from 1978. It's folk country, more southern rock really than anything. A lot of jam style, especially the last song, Spotlights and Limousines. It's a lot like an Allman Brothers jam. Very good. And he's toured with and played with Allman Brothers, Marshall Tucker, The Outlaws. He's got help on here from Jackson Browne and David Lindley, who can play anything. He plays the lap steel, the fiddle, and the banjo on here. All string arrangements by David Campbell, who he's worked with everybody from Carole King all the way through. Now he's even working with Billie Eilish. Yeah, J. Boy Adams, Fork in the Road, 1978. Like I say, it's mostly southern rock. A few songs kind of dip into country a little bit and go a little lighter with the folk side, but it's pretty good. Again, the picture, this would have been better on the back, but yeah, pretty good stuff. And then from 1977, Cheryl Dilcher. This is called Blue Sailor. It's her fourth studio album and ended up being her last one. She was originally signed with A&M because they wanted her to be kind of like Joni Mitchell, but she wasn't having it. She wanted to be more on the rock side, and this is pop rock, I guess. And she's got help from Al Kooper and Lowell George, and some of the songs that those guys are on has that kind of what's the word I want to use? Kind of like pre-Americana, you know. But for the most part, it's not too bad. It's got some good tunes on there. She after a couple albums, A&M dropped her, so she started her own label, Butterfly, and she put out 2 more with them, and then she just called it quits after that. As far as I could tell, she didn't play on anybody else's records or anything like that. She just kind of gave it up. But I don't know, it'd be interesting to hear what some of her other albums sound like, because that one's it's not too bad. It's worth picking up if you see it in the dollar bins. Same with that J. Boy Adams. Next, from 1980, Johnny Lee, Looking for Love. Yep, the song from Urban Cowboy. Huge hit for him. #1 on the country charts, top 5 on the Billboard Hot 100, top 5 on adult contemporary. It's just a huge hit for him. He's got a great voice, especially obviously for country music. Sounds a little bit like Merle Haggard on some of his songs. But yeah, Looking for Love was huge. Also, Picking Up Strangers, One in a Million, and Prisoner of Hope were all also hits off of this. Before he had this hit, he toured with Mickey Gilley, and he played at the Gilley's Bar, which brings in the connection to Urban Cowboy, because that's where most of it was filmed. So, right place at right time, I guess. And then obviously the gigantic song Looking for Love, and yes, the same one that Eddie Murphy did on Saturday Night Live, the Pookin' for Nub, with he was one of the little rascal dudes. But anyway, Izzy Stradlin and the Juju Hounds. He was the lead guitarist from Guns N' Roses. This is from 1992, and this is rock, but it's definitely not Guns N' Roses sound. This could almost be a super group. So there's Izzy from Guns N' Roses, and then on bass is Jimmy Ashurst, which he played with the Black Crowes, and Ronnie Wood, and a few others. And then this over here is Rick Richards, who played guitar with Georgia Satellites. And then the drummer is Charlie Quintana, who played with Social Distortion, Bob Dylan, Joan Osborne, and a few other people. And then also some additional musician, Ian McLagan from The Faces, Nicky Hopkins, who Beatles, Stones, Jerry Garcia, a number of others. And then even Ron Wood from the Stones and Faces is on here. Like I said, it's not GNR sound at all. It's got more of Black Crowes vibe to it, which explains, you got a guy from Black Crowes and you also got a guy from Georgia Satellites, so explains where the sound comes from. Here's the disc. But it's good stuff. I mean, if you like Black Crowes and Georgia Satellites and that rock sound, it's good. It only made it to 102 on the Billboard charts, but it did like top 50 in I think it was Switzerland and maybe Australia or something, but pretty good, man. If you like I say, if you like Black Crowes and Georgia Satellites, this is right up there with it. So there you go. That's it for this week, and we'll move on. Have a good rest of your weekend and enjoy the music.